Hi, this is the Yomega X-Brain. It is an older yo-yo released in, I want to say 99 or so. It really looks of the era. Its defining feature is that it has an auto return, which is, it's an auto return mechanism, which is the titular X-Brain. As you can see right here, it has this little spring-loaded mechanism in it that whenever the yo-yo slows down and you pull back up, it'll come back. Instead of having a more, like, manual sleep, I guess, if that makes sense. Let me demonstrate. So, when you throw it down, you can hear it humming, and once it makes that scratchy sound, you can pull it back up. Before that, see, it struggles to come back up. But then, voila. It's a pretty cool mechanism. It's sort of it makes it limiting to use for tricks because, you know, sometimes it does it like that, and whenever you're doing a string, if it starts humming, you basically just lose all your time. You lose all of your sleep timing as soon as it starts humming. You have to pull it back up, which makes it bad for string tricks, but then, because of it, it makes it bad for looping as well, because you have to have it start humming immediately for it to be useful for looping. You know? Does that make sense? Am I explaining this correctly? Anyways, the Yomega X-Brain, not great for tricks. That being said, it is a looker. I really like how it looks, and I do have a bit of sentimental value for it, because this was given to me by a substitute teacher I was sort of friends with in high school. Shoutouts to Mr. Medina. He gave this to me as a birthday present, and like, that's so cool. But yeah, the Yomega X-Brain. I personally love this thing, even if it's not super practical, because it just looks cool and feels cool, you know? And, I mean, it's usable for picture tricks at least, like, you know, you can do your rock the baby. You can do the one-handed star, as long as you pull it back up in time. I don't know if that was a good star. I don't know if it picked up super well because of the string color, but I'm hoping it did. But yeah, one more thing about this that I forgot to mention this with the Oracle. The best part about good yo-yos is the fact that you can take them apart. So, as you can see, you just unscrew this and it comes apart. So if the string ever gets tangled up, you can just take it apart and voila, you can untangle it. And the interesting thing about this is that here is one half of the X-Brain. You can see it has nothing inside of it. It's just clear on the inside. Here's the other half with the axle attached, and it has the mechanism inside of it. I'm not entirely sure how it works. I know that it has something to do with spin speed, so that when it slows down, it, I guess, locks in. It locks into place and locks the string so that then it binds, which I'm assuming has something to do with the springs in there. I'm not 100% on that, but I don't know. I guess it does work. It works as advertised. Now, one interesting thing about the X-Brain is that I wanted to go get a replacement because, as you can see, I replaced the string. This was originally a white string, but while I was doing something with it at one point, the string, the original stock string, just broke. And I was like, oh god, I don't want this to break. Because it like hit the ground pretty hard, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I think it formed a crack in there. And so I was just like, you know what, I love the X-Brain, but I want to get a replacement model. Because I don't want to break this one, because it was given to me by Mr. Medina. So I went on the eBay, and I went and looked at the prices for it. Some of them were like $12, others were like $100. And they were both loose. It wasn't like one was in packaging and one wasn't. No, they were both loose. So I don't know what was up with that. I went and checked on the Yo-Yo expert forums, I want to say is what it was called. And people didn't really give me a concise answer. They were just like, oh yeah, that's eBay people for you. But like, I don't know, it feels kind of specific. It feels targeted. But anyways, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give the Yomega X-Brain about a 6 as a base unit, but for me personally, it's probably more like an 8. So make of that what you will. Alright, that's it. Bye.